Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is you're viewing the show, I am your host, Honest Babe. Together with my goddess Bass, we grow. Let's upper glow. And off we go. Okay. So I'm going to try to get this message out without getting my beagle in it and be as clear as possible, right? So I got to get in my middle spot here. And I got involved in a conversation last night, and it was about clean water and with the reserves around us, right? And I started the conversation out with no disrespect, but it would behoove the reserves to correct the situation themselves, and with the profit that is uh, made out of marijuana, tobacco, and petroleum, it shouldn't be a problem, right? And unless you do, we'll always be having this conversation, right? Talking about clean water. And I was very, I thought, clear and supportive. And the guy came back at me, and I sensed a little bit of an attitude on the wording. I could have misread it too, just like I'm assuming he misread what I initially said, right? So he came back, like I said, I sensed a little bit of a negative tone to it, and suggested that I had no problem spending my money on cheap gas, petroleum, and smokes, and like I had nothing to do with it. I'm saying that is a way to start the pipes, right? So, anyways, a bunch of 3 or 4 conversations came by. He just pretty much treat me like I'm an idiot because I'm not a native and I don't have a right to voice the shooter, right? Well, I have cleared that. I'm pretty sure most of you have noticed this by now. But so I come back again, right? And I'm like, look, it's like this, unless you correct the problem yourself, it's never going to be corrected, right? And the reason why is because the native bloodline is the closest thing to the original divine spark there is. They're the closest to the heart of the oak, plain and simple. And the reason why everything has been done towards the native to keep them in that low vibrational uh, spark, which they don't have when they're in that low vibration, is because they are unable to manifest, and they are without their true power, which is the mighty oak, right? So hence why alcohol hits natives worse than normal people. It's the spirituality, right? Your awesomeness that has been constantly forced down throughout history. And I brought up the trying to breed the culture out of them, the school system that was designed to dumb the native down, right? And then when they achieved their agenda, it was done to the rest of the people that were only there because it was the choice at the time, right? So what else was there? I don't really need to keep that history alive, because that is why we are constantly taught that shitty shit history is to keep the feuds going, right? And by forcing the natives to be kept in that low vibration, always the fight or flight thing, and this is where the law of attraction comes in, right? You are teaching the youngsters the old program of everybody is out to get us. This is what they and they did, and they're not doing this. So you're teaching that hatred, that low vibration that is keeping you out of glory, right? And where was I going with that, right? So, the law of attraction again. What we omit energetically is coming back to us, right? So if we're omitting that everybody is against us, nothing ever is going to happen good for us. We know what a low vibration, we've all been in it, we've had those spins, right? Well, that's the constant vibration you're sending out, and that's the vibration you're teaching the youngsters, right? So that feud is never going away until you forgive for yourself, for your future. And again, all there is the now. So your future that you're talking about, clean water, you're coming back to. So it would behoove the reserves to correct the problem themselves, go after the government afterwards to collect the revenue and charge interest, right? So you want to think another way about it, and this is out of the box thinking, obviously, but back in the day, Africa had lots of water and then it all dried up. Well, that's because the Egyptians redirected the water so they didn't have it come down to Africa anymore. So I'm looking at the Bay of Quinte and whatever else. Pipe the fucking bay, make a man-made lake, boom. Yeah, I know it's not that easy, but that's my train of thought, right? So now that I got that out there, I said to the, and I was staying in a non-triggered energy because, like, I understand, right? It's hard not to get in your emotions with it, but unfortunately it's only hurting the person that's stuck in that emotion, right? So anyways, I didn't mean any disrespect. Anybody that reads the comments, make your own judgment, but I was just suggesting what I'm observing, right? Like, it's right in history. And again, like anybody that watches this show, maybe my cousin Giant Tiger's watching this, and I'm in the same boat, and I can speak on personal experiences, but when we get in that looking over our shoulder, everybody's after us, that's that tone we're sending out, that's what's coming back. And when you think of Giant Tiger, he was getting in trouble all the time. He thought the cops were constantly looking after him, looking for him. Boom, 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 he was constantly getting picked up because Tony's picking up, right? Kicking out. I did the same thing. It was at grade 3, I got my first fight, and I was looking over my shoulder until I was like 40, right? So again, you get onto the TV today and you have Pope Leon the Courageous, really heartfelt message, and I'll attach this to you for you, and not that it matters, and it is not anybody's business. I'm not a religious person. I take what resonates and disregard the rest, and a lot of this resonated with me. And he's warning the Americans to find home. That's the heart, and start praying and disengage in the bullshit going around, because if you don't, you're going to go down with that certain individual that you are following. And anybody that's watched my shows, I've said it, man. I said, man, I can't figure this guy out. Like, one minute I think he's fucking awesome, next minute I'm like, what the fuck was that? It's because that's his role in this play. It was, and watch the video. He has exposed all the shitty shit, right? So it's forced to be addressed and be corrected, right? And now, unfortunately, if you don't get back to home, you won't be here to enjoy the correction. You'll be reborn into your own personal hell that you keep teaching. Only ever take what resonates and disregard the rest. That's my belief system. And remember, like, I'm not a religious person, not that it matters one bit, but you there is so much out there that's trying to divide us, and that is the one NW is trying to put religion underground now, right? Because it was done to them back in the day, right? So again, I said that to back on that message as well too, right? I'm like, it's unfortunate that every race is judged by the one evil character that is constantly preached through history. The whole race is automatically the same dirtball as that, right? So the day's coming, and if you're still looking at colors, you're going down with that ship, right? So again, like, I'm not the only one that's been preaching this, and it is a little bittersweet that so much of what I've been pushed out of my family for suggesting over the years is all coming true. And now I know that we weren't meant to be together at these times because our energies don't align, and this was part of our agreement to get us so far. But I really hope you guys can find your heart, because loving people do not do this to family, and out of ego, because you feel you might need to say sorry. I'm not ever looking for a sorry, and I'm not looking for anything anymore, but that's not love, and that's not a healthy belief system to be teaching the youngsters, and shame on yous, right? But I do forgive you, because you are so extremely wrapped up in your gossip, your fears, your control, your jealousy, and you're just keeping up with the Joneses, right? And again, that's the system provided, and that is a broken system, and this is the result of a broken system, right? So again, only ever take what resonates and disregard the rest. But hopefully you're able to watch that video with an open mind from start to finish, because if you miss a sliver, you miss it all, and you're gonna miss the boat if you don't pay attention, right? And take out the religion thing, and don't see a certain person, just see the divine begging you to find your heart, because you don't have too much time left, right? You see the energetic return on the energy, and that's because of us. That's because of us. And that's the energy that turns their back on family, and extremely smears their reputation. And then when the smearing is getting boring to people, you color it, right? I don't care what the fuck you say about me, because every one of you and I know the truth and the divine that you will be answering to. So only ever take what resonates and disregard the rest. But don't forget to watch that video.